This video has nothing to do with clothes. This is just where there's good lighting. Hi everybody, and welcome to this video. This is my top 10 movies of 2016. I think I watched a total... Oh, I totally forget the total. It was like 20 something. I'll put the total here. But it was around like 20 something movies. So not a very big selection to choose from. But nonetheless, I did feel like I watched a bunch of really great movies this year. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to start with the honorable mention, The Fifth Wave. The Fifth Wave is based off of a popular YA book series that I still have yet to read, and it annoys me. But it's basically about aliens taking over the world, and they do it in waves, and so this is the fifth wave. And it's mainly about this girl, Cassie, who got separated from her little brother, and she's trying to find her little brother who's about to join the army to take down the aliens. That's that. This is an honorable mention because I really, really enjoyed this movie, and it's kind of a guilty pleasure because not many people liked it. It didn't get very good ratings, but I loved it, and also a friend of mine is in it, so that's exciting too. Number 10, we have Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. So Mike and Dave need dates for their sister's wedding, and they decide to do an online ad saying, we need respectable women to be our dates at our sister's wedding. These two girls decide they're like not respectable women at all, but for the money, because these guys are gonna pay them, for the money, they're gonna try and be respectable ladies. But they kind of cause some mayhem at the wedding, but the two guys start having like actual feelings for them, but like the ladies are like, we're just here for the money. Anyway, it's a very fun time. Now, I pretty much love all the actors that are in this movie, but this was also just hilarious. This was a really good comedy. It was funny and really out there. I was laughing a lot watching this movie. So again, it's under the enjoyable factor. Number 9, I have The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I watched this on the plane back to Los Angeles back in January. So it's been quite a while since I've seen it, but I still think about it actually, and I still am absolutely in love with it. The main reason I wanted to watch this was because Hugh Grant was in it, and I love Hugh Grant. I know a lot of people may find that weird, but I do love Hugh Grant very much. This takes place in Germany in the 1960s, like right after the Cold War. A CIA agent and a KGB agent team up to take down a German scientist, I think it is. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. And of course there is a love interest. But yeah, it kind of felt very James Bond-ish, to be honest, so. But yeah, no, I really liked this one. Number 8, I have Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Okay, so please, nobody shoot me, but I haven't watched any of the Star Wars films. But I watched this one. My friends were watching it, so I decided to join them, and I was like, will I still be able to understand it even though I've never seen any Star Wars? Let's just say they were very disappointed in me. But they still let me watch it, and I was able to understand most of it, because I do pretty much understand the premise of Star Wars, even if I've never seen it. And I actually really loved it. I liked it a lot. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren is amazing. I mean, I don't think I need to explain Star Wars at all, but it's Star Wars. Okay, number 7, I have Me Before You. I am a huge sucker for anything that has to do with romance in movies. And of course, I did read the book for this movie before watching the movie, and I think it actually did a really good job from book to movie adaptation. So I think that's what I liked most about it, that it actually really did stay true a lot to the book. But if you don't know what this story is about, it's basically about this guy, Will. He's a paraplegic, and Louisa becomes kind of like his caretaker in a way. He starts off being an asshole, and she's just her quirky self, but they end up kind of falling in love, even though they are trying not to fall in love with each other, and it's really sweet and really sad, so prepare for tears. Number 6, I have Eddie the Eagle. I saw this movie back in February, and it's again another movie that really stuck with me throughout the year and really truly loved it. I don't think it got a lot of great ratings, but I really found it so motivational, and after watching it I really was like in a mood where I was like, I can do anything. And of course Taron Egerton is my second celebrity crush, and he is not good looking in this movie at all, but I still love him so freaking much. And this movie was just a really feel-good movie. It was a good feel-good movie. This is based off of a true story about Eddie the Eagle, who was an Olympic ski jumper for Britain. What year was it? In the 1980s. And no one thought he could do it. Everyone kept pushing him down, and he just kept going, and he was able to make it to the Olympics, and it's just, it's so inspiring. I love it. I love it. Love it. Number 5, I have Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I read this book last year, and I think it was my number 1 favorite book of last year, and so of course I finally watched the movie this year. This movie is incredible. So well done. I love the editing and the way it was shot. I can't even explain it. I can't explain it because I'm not good at explaining things. Not because I don't know my stuff, I'm just not good at explaining. I'm working on it, okay? It's very witty, very sharp, and just so good. And this also was a very well done book to movie adaptation. I really felt like they captured the essence of the book in the movie, which is amazing. But if you can't remember my description of the book last year, this movie is about a guy named Greg and his friend Earl and a girl who is dying of cancer. And Greg's mom kind of forces him to befriend this girl because she's dying, but they end up creating this really cute friendship, and it's just about what he learns from her and what she learns from him about life. But it's really funny, but also really moving, even though it's not trying to be moving. It's just really well done. Number 4, I do not own this movie because it is not available to be owned yet, but it is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Let's just say I was really happy to get back into the Harry Potter world. The Harry Potter world is a great place to be. It's full of magic and wonder and mystery and adventure and love and everything. I never actually read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but I know that it's just supposed to be like a book that they read in Hogwarts class. But this is about the author of the book, Newt Scamander, and just they kind of created a story around that classroom textbook about magical creatures and fantastic beasts, and it's so magical and wonderful. And Eddie Redmayne is just so adorable in it. I love it. I don't think I really need to explain this movie just because I think we all understand what the Harry Potter world is like. This just takes place not in the same time period as Harry Potter is taking place, and this I think is taking place in the 20s or the 30s, somewhere around there, and it's in America instead of England. Number 3 is another movie that is not available on DVD or Blu-ray yet, and that is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, another YA book series that I love by Ransom Riggs. It's so good, and this movie was very well done. Again, it did a really good job of a book to movie adaptation. The only thing is, I felt like they have put all 3 books in one movie, so now I'm wondering, is there not going to be like a second and third installment of it? Because I mean, that kind of makes me sad, but whatever. I'm happy with it. But this is about, oh, I already cannot remember the main character's name. I am so sorry. But he is played by Asia Butterfield. But he finds like this alternate world or alternate dimension where peculiar children live in hiding because there are creatures and people that are trying to hunt them down and kill them. So they live in hiding in these like alternate universes where they literally live the same day over and over and over again. Asia Butterfield's character stumbles upon one, finds out he is peculiar and his grandfather was peculiar. He has to save these children from hollows who are trying to kill them. It can be scary at times. I will warn you, it can be pretty scary. Just a really great film. Loved it. So happy I saw it in the theaters. Number 2, I have Brooklyn. This is such a good film, such a great film, and I know I've been saying that about like almost every single movie in this video. This takes place in the 1950s and it's about this girl who moved to America from Ireland, and she falls in love with this guy from Brooklyn who's so sweet to her, but then something happens that disrupts her life that she has to go back home to Ireland, and then she ends up having to choose between 2 different countries and choosing between 2 different guys, and it was an emotional roller coaster. It was just really beautiful. That's the best way I can describe this movie. Just beautiful. And number 1, so excited. I don't have number 1 in physical form because it kind of recently came out in movie theaters, but it is La La Land. La La Land was so good. It takes place in LA and it's about a girl who's played by Emma Stone and a boy who's played by Ryan Gosling, so automatically you should love it. And they create this relationship that has its ups and downs, and it's very well done and very realistic except for when they break out into song, but that's just the magic of LA. That's what I loved, I think, the most about this movie was how it captured the magic of Los Angeles, because I felt it as soon as I arrived here. There's just something about Los Angeles that just feels so good. This movie basically captured that feeling I felt when I got off the plane. It was so colorful and bright, and the dancing was great, and the music was great, and the storyline was fantastic. If you see any movie on this list, it has to be this one. That's why I made it number 1. It has to be La La Land. You have to see this movie. So that is all. Those are my top 10 movies of 2016. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you see these movies. If you don't, that's okay. You won't hurt my feelings or anything, but whatever. So this is just what I enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye!